Cloud9 goes for Catherine just so we can see Gabe Visual on it, but they don't. They go for the Arden again. Beautiful gauntlets, as I said last game, so nothing lacking there. He's still going to be able to provide so much CC and so much protection to his team. His Vanguards, we mentioned earlier, they give so much more now in this update just because healing is generally reduced.
It certainly will be. Lyra going to be locked on in here for MacDaddy B, though. Not something that we've seen all too much of, and Catherine's still available. Kind of surprising to see the Lyra lock. Yeah, a little bit surprising just because, like you said, the Catherine's still available, but you know, they obviously want to have that healing, a little bit of utility in terms of giving movement speed to the team, and of course being able to use portals to get out of a gauntlet if need be. So there's definitely a lot of strengths to the Lyra into the Arden. You also shut down Arden completely if he's in a bulwark. He cannot use any of his abilities if he gets stuck in that bright bulwark. So that's probably just the counter pick potential for the Lyra. Celeste's going to be taken off the board as well by Gankstars. They have the next pick, obviously, so we'll see where they want to go with this one. And Cloud9 deciding where they want to go. I do hope that Gankstars stay away from Samuel. They picked it up last game. I don't think it's too strong of a pick this update just because there are a lot of tanky frontline heroes, and they are stronger, more bursty heroes at the same time on the back line, and it hasn't worked so far in the games that have been picked, both on the North American and European side. It's worked a lot less than it hasn't. Glaive comes through, that's a flex pick. Lugio can play it in lane, as well as Xenotech. Petal and Fortress. That's a Petal lane weapon power with a Fortress jungle CP is what I'm expecting, which kind of works very similar to the Vox if Petal goes the triple tornado trigger, or even at least double tornado trigger. That's what I expect coming out. I expect the triple tornado trigger, and it's going to be very fun to watch if Cloud9 are able to get even the slightest of leads early on, even if they don't. Fortress scales very well to late game. Certainly does. We'll see how this one's going to pan out for Cloud9. Very aggressive composition, as we always seem to say when Cloud9 finishes their draft. Now looking towards Gankstars. Where do you go into a Petal? What is the call? Do you go with something like a Scarf just to try and deal with Munions? I almost don't think you do, because the Munions, like Zoro said, it's likely to be a weapon power Petal, which means those Munions are no longer a factor. Like they're still there, but they're not really an impactful aspect of it. But the Scarf is still very good against the Fortress, and I think that's one of the reasons why they decided to go for the Scarf here, just to try and build up those broken mid stacks and get those huge ultimates coming out. Yeah, I mean, it also helps them to kite back, because when you have the Lyra putting down the bulwark when Fortress trying to engage, we mentioned before, the Goob is a great kiting tool, allows you to kite back as the enemy are being slowed with it. So I like Scarf in this pick, but this is C9 they're going up against, and I think they're going to win this game with style. All right, so Cloud9 super aggressive here. Gankstars have to play it, kind of kite back. Do we have faith in Gankstars? Is this going to a 3-game series? I don't think it is, and it's not because I don't have faith in Gankstars, it's just I have too much faith in Cloud9. All right, we'll see if they can do this one. Hashtag Vainglory on Twitter. Let us know whether you believe this will go to 3 games or if Cloud9 are going to 2-0 this one. It's time to pass it back over to Sean, Ostino, and Humanist to get this game underway.
Vainglory 8. Is it going to 3 games? I think so, Munchables. I think so. This is going to be an interesting draft coming out of Cloud9, but to break it down, we've got Sean Ostino. What's going on here?
Well, it looks like we've got C9 doing whatever they want to do. I hope they show us a better Petal than we saw earlier today from some of the other teams.
Burn.
But, it's still a weapon Petal. We have double weapon blade coming out on her, and this Arden, he's just going to have to protect these 2 carries we've got here on the side. You know, I'm really perplexed actually, because we see a Dragon Blood contract over on I Love Joseph, so I guess they really want to dive the members of Gankstars.
So this is something that we actually see, and it's when the Fortress, especially Joseph, will grab the Dragon Blood contract, we've done this with a ranged hero that will be moving around with him, and so he can jump in, apply it, and the ranged hero can proc it on him. So a lot of times that's what we see.
Oh yeah, and we do see Petal with a little bit of range. You know, she's got the Munions to be able to dive in there, but she can shoot from range with her auto attacks. And there's some aggression.
Jump onto MacDaddy B. MacDaddy B forcing the healing flask out. Now Xenotech gets the afterburn onto Old School. Spitfire connects as well. Both teams kind of just feeling things out here up in the lane, but with nobody really caught out, looks like both junglers will go back to their positions.
Something that I feel MacDaddy B needs to do, one of the win conditions for him, is he needs to throw up that right bulwark at the right time to prevent those dives from I Love Joseph and the rest of C9.
Yeah, I mean, timing is really everything. With a very good Bright Bulwark can completely shut down C9's mobility and could spell disaster for them. Now, did you? I didn't catch it. Did you make a prediction on this game?
I think that C9, just the way they play such clean games. We do have a little bit of a goal lead for Gankstars right now, but it's really negligible. Because C9 can do whatever they want, I feel like they got this one in the bag. Last week, we saw them play a Sky Captain. No one had ever predicted that they would win like that. With this weapon pedal, they're going to be able to show everybody that they can do the deed.
I think Gankstars are like, all right, you know what? You can whoop us, but we're not losing to a weapon pedal, right? it's not going to happen. Not in the cards today.
Oh man.
Go with Gankstars here, man.
If you're going with Gankstars.
I'm going with Gankstars here.
If Xenotech can get on the back line, blow up the pedal, reposition her, get her into the fray, then burst her down, we're going to be able to see some fireworks here coming out of Gankstars. I keep wanting to say Gangstas. There's a VIS team, Gangstas.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. But anyway, we do see the Eclipse Prism and Heavy Prism coming up for Lulu right now. Going to be able to work towards that Shatter Glass and get some really good damage here with his Scarf.
Ooh, Xenotech wanted to take that Elder Trina. Now he gets lit up, had to defensively afterburn. Now if you want to chase forward, Gankstars, you don't have your afterburn. It feels like a bold move. Bold move, Cotton. Mac Daddy B, healing flask, been moving back. Joseph's getting lit up here. Good job by Lulu. You see Lulu hanging on the backside, throwing out the Spitfires, the Goops. A very nice job. Now Xenotech has afterburn ready to go. They're going to move forward. Who's the target? Who do you want to go for? And nobody.
They're backing off. Also, check out Old School's build. He's actually got a sharpshooter while he's working towards that Sorrow Blade, it looks like. So he's getting some extra damage per second in there.
It definitely is. I mean, the weapon pedal, it has respectable damage. The problem is that oftentimes you're just not left alone to just deal damage. It's so squishy. And I just have a feeling like Xenotech's going to get in there and find the damage. Now, Joseph moves back in. Xenotech takes his mid away from him. Mr. Take-Yo Farm.
Yeah, what Gabe Vizzle has been doing pretty well is that he's been utilizing those Vanguards, bursting up that. So we do already see some movement speed here coming out of I Love Joseph. Oh, Mac Daddy.
Mac Daddy, a nice Bright Bulwark, thwarting the aggression. Xenotech, another afterburn that maybe he would have liked to hold on to, but C9 respecting the flex out of the glaive, and they'll go ahead and back out.
Yeah, we actually do see a Storm Crown picked up for I Love Joseph. That's going to allow him to go ahead and clear some of that jungle a little bit quicker now, and also for some cooldown reduction. We see the Sorrow Blade coming out for Old School. Fountain of Renewal and a Minion Candy has actually been picked up by Mac Daddy B. So prioritizing on this Lyra, not the Crucible, but the Fountain of Renewal. Very anti-TSM, I feel here. Mac Daddy B has got himself a little bit different of a style with this Lyra.
Yeah, it's a very interesting how these players, you know, kind of lean towards certain builds, but hey, Mac Daddy B feels like, you know what, we may need that burst healing coming out here. It's securing the early game, really, for the Scarf, it feels like is a huge importance.
He just used that Minion Candy, by the way, and it looks like they're going in to push against his turret.
Old School clearly wanted to engage. That nice Bright Bulwark, preemptive coming out of Mac Daddy B did great wonders for them. Xenotech hanging right on the range of a nice afterburn. You can see if he wants to go for Old School, they're going to have to burst him down because an easy trampoline Vanguard will allow that pedal to reposition. Now Joseph jumps onto Xenotech. Xenotech, defensive afterburn. They're getting caught out here. Allowing C9 to engage, I think, is a mistake.
Good damage rotation, actually. When Xenotech knew he was going really low, so he backed off a little bit. Sure, he had to burn that afterburn, but Scarf and
Nice Bright Bulwark, but attack is back is out. They're on the Mac Daddy B. Healing flask from Mac Daddy. They're trying to kill the wolves as they kite back. Lulu throwing the Spitfires. He's going to drop the goop at Mac Daddy B. You're dropping low. Forces the fountain out. Now Xenotech split apart from his team. The trampoline forward. Look at the damage coming out of the weapon pedal. Joseph continuing to mark these targets. Xenotech will slap him back towards his side of the map. But you can see right now, Xenotech is taking massive damage.
He is, and I feel like that's why they're focusing him, because they know he's the one who wants to dive in or needs to get on this pedal. The pedal is squishier. If they're able to get on her, they're able to burst her down.
Oh, there you go. The Afterburn back. They're on to Old School. Can they take the pedal down? Yes, they can. They've got it. Now Dragon's Breath coming out for Lulu. Who do you want? He's on to Joseph. Joseph on to Mac Daddy. He turning him around in circles here. Lulu, like a merry-go-round now. He's on the chase. He's low energy here right now. But Joseph should be able to get out of this one. In fact, Gankstars, what's the play? How are you going to play this out? Spitfire's going to go for the goop, drops it down, takes the mid away. So a nice play.
Ooh.
Nice safe play from Lulu and Mac Daddy. Just take some resources away from C9.
Yeah, and that's actually what I like to see coming out of Lulu here. Just kiting. He's already got that Frostburn and Eve of Harvest actually at 7 minutes in. So him having both of these items, that's going to allow for some really good sustain, a little bit of energy regen, and to be able to slow up those targets who want to dive in and are going to want to re-engage if they don't do so hot.
Lulu, what a delicious thing. Look at the scarf just clearing all this farm right there. Oh my goodness. That's
Yeah.
I could just watch that over and over.
A really good wave clear coming out of Lulu on this Scarf. As we know, Scarf can just melt targets down, especially when they're standing in those puddles of burning goop.
You think the minions would adapt at this point? Right? Like they start learning. I think we need to put a little AI into the minions. And they start walking out of the goop.
Yes.
That'll be the day. Get me on that design team. We'll do it.
If you look at this tier 1 turret here over on the side of C9, it's actually down to half health, and we have a much healthier turret for Gankstars at the moment. So it looks to me like Gankstars are winning this game just a tad bit.
I mean, I told you, Sean.
You did. It looks like we have Old School building towards some. He could be going towards a Tornado Trigger, Tyrant's Monocle. There's a Tornado Trigger he just picked up. Yeah. Yeah, and we have War Treads coming out for Gabe Bizzle. That's that engage right there. We need to have him pop those War Treads to engage or disengage from these various team fights that we're gonna have.
All right, they're gonna jump on somebody and look to blow that target up. Who's it going to be? C9 drop down his unit. Looks like they're gonna go for the gold miner here now. We were talking about this huge power spike they were kind of hitting, and they can really kill anybody they want, but they just go gold miner.
Yeah, it's a pretty smart move. They know that they don't have that much gold at the moment, and Gankstars was actually
they trade for a turret.
Position.
He traded for a turret. Now Gankstars gotta get back here. Gauntlet down. A nice block by Lulu, and Mac Daddy B with the portal out of there. Gankstars, they take the turret. Oh, they're gonna look for somebody else. Dragon's Breath, Old School. He's caught out here. Oh, the Afterburn. Oh, you're getting trolled out by Mac Daddy B. He's on your team, Mac Daddy. What are you thinking? Mac Daddy B, Joseph jumps right back in there, but they got the sigil down. They get the heal, the move speed. The bonus is coming out here. Mac Daddy B looking to boost his team into position. Joseph just waiting, fighting around that truth of the tooth. You can see every time he has that ready, he's just marking a target that's out of position so his team can engage if they want to.
Yeah, especially with Mac Daddy B being this Lyra, she's such a squishy hero that if they could even burst her down being the captain. Of course, they're going to want to go for somebody like Xenotech who's on the front line or Lulu who's on the back line, but getting Lyra wouldn't be a bad trade.
No, and I think this draft is really good at killing anybody. Like, it doesn't matter the fact that she's not the tankiest of captains. Like, I think you could put the tankiest captain in the game with this draft if C9 catch you, if they will blow up almost anybody.
Yeah, this dive comp is super aggressive coming out of C9 with this pedal and this fortress. We also see that we got some war treads picked up for Mac Daddy B, so he's going to be able to engage and disengage pretty well. So for them, they may want to kite a little bit backwards because we do see them falling back towards their turret. We have one turret down for the side of C9. Earlier, that gold mine went the way of C9, but I don't know if this game's kind of at a stalemate right now. 10 minutes in, we got one kill and one kill for both sides, and it's about 22,000 gold for both sides. Only 400 in the advantage of Gankstars.
So does Old School go for the double tornado, or does he go Tyrants with a breaking point? What's the play?
Oh my! You got me on that, Humanist. I do not play weapon pedal very often.
We'll poll the crowd.
Poll the crowd. 1
for tornado, 2 for Tyrants. Let's go now. Hashtag Vainglory.
Either way, this is what I think is going to happen here. We're using this pedal as a distraction. We still don't have that many kills on the board to tell if this is going to be the way it goes. But if the pedal here is the distraction, then you're going to have other heroes from the side of Cloud9 jumping in to do the massive
he jumped
damage.
right in, but Xenotech doesn't want to pull the trigger. Joseph does, though. Joseph jumps onto Xenotech. they're really going for the gold miner. C9, are they going to stay on this? Look at the damage. Old School's ready to go. He's dishing the damage out. The gauntlet comes down, stunning up Xenotech. Xenotech, you got to get out of here. The afterburn. He's a little too late on this one. Now C9 are on the chase. They turn around. Old School dropping so incredibly low from the Scarf here. Lulu doing good work, but they can't capitalize. And that's C9 taking the gold miner. They're coming for the Crystal Sentry. They timed it. They're going to go for the Crystal Sentry as well. They're going to take it for free. Lulu was taking some farm up in the lane. Mac Daddy B sniffed it out, but Cloud9, man, they just picked Gankstars apart.
Really questionable positioning coming out of Gankstars. They could have been focusing on the jungle a little bit better, but instead Lulu did stay up there in lane. This is what C9 does. C9 rotates together. They pick teams apart. That once they capitalize on the kill, they're able to just rotate through the jungle, clean it out, and they get themselves some extra golden experience. Yeah, that's really good. Gankstars are going to have to realize that and adapt, move into these positions. They're going to have a chance in this game. We really have like the repeater stormtrooper rifles coming out of Old School right now. He's just pewing all over the place. He's got double tornado trigger here, just like we were talking about. And look at that damage. He's critting at 308. It looks like onto some of those minions in lane.
Just destroy this pedal. I'm losing it here, Sean. I want to see Xenotech needs to unleash himself. Somebody needs to unleash the Xenotech. This guy, like, when he plays No Fear Glaive, he's a monster, and he does so good into this pedal. He is the only one who has 2 deaths on the side of Gankstars right now. They're focusing him. He needs to be able to make more of a difference. Whether that's stay back a little bit and wait for the perfect time to come in with his afterburns, so far, do it, okay? He's sitting on a weapon infusion right there. He's got a Sorrow Blade, and it looks like he's working towards maybe a tornado trigger to go ahead and do better damage per second with this glaive. But I don't know. I really am scared for Gankstars right now. Oof, I'm not scared though. Look at Lulu. 4 offensive items. Lulu's in a great place right now. Lulu will probably want to, of course, upgrade the boots at some point, but those are ready to go, so doesn't have to do it. Wants an infusion as well. We'll see when that comes out. Lulu's here, ready to clear out the lane. C9 looking for a target. Don't really see anything easy, so they're just dropped down. Their burst damage is so good that they're thinking about taking this Crystal Sentry with. This time, Gankstars have adapted. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that movement from Gankstars. Kind of thwarting C9's attempt. They adapted, but C9 had a feeling. They had an inkling that something was missed, so they rotated away. They didn't go for the Crystal Sentry. Look at Gabe Bizzle. He's got an Echo available on that. He's going to be able to use either double Vanguards or double Gauntlets if he wants to in these team fights. Xeno, what's the play? Oh, Pedal's able to get the gold miner. Xeno wants to fight. He hits him, and then he moves back out. Mac Daddy B. Pew, pew, pew. Get wrecked with tax flying. You can't get out of here. Old School. He's going ham. Tweet about it. Tell somebody. Call your grandma. Cloud9 are destroying Gankstars. It's an ace. 5-1. Old School's a monster. Oh my goodness. 417 crit damage. We saw 500 earlier in the fight. 469. They're just melting these turrets. It is the Petal Repeater Rifle. Oh my goodness. This is, I mean, it's fun. Let's check out this replay, Humanist. So we actually had Xenotech going very, very low. 535 damage coming out of Old School onto that Lyra. Just melts her. And then the Scarf has had to retreat into that bush. Xenotech gets shut down so badly, he can't feel anything. The pew-pews. They're unstoppable here. Yes, but it's just Gankstars are allowing themselves to be engaged on. Of course, as Cloud9 want to run at them, I'm just hoping that we can see Gankstars make an initiation onto the pedal. You know, of course, it's tough because you kind of leave Lulu off by himself. But if you can all take an Arcane Passage in, put the glaive, put Lulu right in position to put damage down onto Old School, maybe they have a chance. I don't know. Old School has an Aegis now. Yeah, Old School does have an Aegis now, so he's going to be able to stand up better against this pedal. Sure, or sorry, this Scarf. Oh my goodness, they're melting this Kraken. Already halfway done. And Gankstars, they know this is happening, but 5 seconds for Gauntlet. Gabe doesn't have the Gauntlet to throw. Rifle works down preemptively out of Mac Daddy B. Now attack in the back. C9's on the chase. Oh, Gauntlet over the wall! He's caught him, but the Arcane Passage allows Gankstars to go ahead and reposition. Xenotech defensive afterburn. The Fountain's coming out. He wants to peel for Lulu, but Lulu's getting lit up. 384, 384. Pew, pew, pew. Mac Daddy B is down. Don't turn. Don't hit the turret. Doesn't matter. They taking damage. You got Diago. They don't really care. They're C9. They have no fear.
Who needs the Kraken when you have the Millennium Falcon or a TIE Fighter like this Petal does? Because this thing is just annihilating. 4 kills, 1 death on Old School's Petal. Tornado Trigger, Tyrant's Monocle, Toro Blade.
Oh.
No one can contest it.
Nobody can contest. All right, Xenotech, here's your last chance. I hope Xenotech actually goes for this. He's going to miss it. Oh, no, he's going to be moving out. Attack and Pack will go ahead and cause him to move even further down into the jungle. He's going to look to port out here, controlled out by the Wolves. Joseph had it all calculated. And that's going to be Kraken marching down lane for C9. What is the play for Gankstars? How do they potentially win a fight, stay in this game?
They've got to blow up Old School. They can't let... Well, they've been letting Xenotech front all the damage. He has to damage rotate and go back during these team fights. But they've got to do something. They've got to melt him down, use Lulu. He's got Broken Myth. He's got Eve of Harvest, Frostburn. He's got to do something here. I feel like Lulu on the backline is the only hope.
Engage, team. Gankstars, engage now. If you can hear me, Gankstars. I know they can't hear me right now. We'll see what they can do. They start to go to work onto this Kraken. Good work coming out. Joseph's just looking for a target to mark here. Old School's not sitting at full health, but they could use it to bait him. And they're just going to use the fountain and go right in with the gauntlet. Xenotech getting lit up. He thought about going in. Xenotech's gone too far. Old School. What has science done here? It's created an absolute monster. I guess the only way to live is Mac Daddy B getting to the hilly platform, dropping a sigil for himself there. Dragon's Breath comes out. Lulu will get melted down as Cloud9 come through here in Game 2 in style, as Iraqi predicted. And I guess pretty much most of the world predicted, except for me. Cloud9 taking the game 10-1.
100% kill participation out of Old School. Look at him on this Pew Pew Petal. 7 kills, 3 assists, only 1 death. That was the only death. They did not shut them down, and that was what Gankstars failed to do.
Well, that was a thing of beauty. Sean Ostino, it's been real fun casting with you, my friend. Gankstars, probably a lot to learn from this loss here today, but to talk about how Cloud9